Hello everyone and welcome back to So Sick Airways, the only way to fly. We've got a scorcher for you today. We are in the Cessna 172 Improvement version. Very nice. And we're in Ibiza. Oh, it's going to be a hot one. It's going to be so hot. I mean, look at this. Oh, yeah. Can't wait. Well, without further ado, guys, let's get into it. So those of you that know, the Cessna 172 is a fantastic aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's one of the best planes to start off with if you've never played in the sim before. It's a great starter aircraft. It's got really good avionics with the working title G1000, so you've got a really good thing in there. But what you want to do is you want to get the improvement mod off flight.to, and that's what we're using today. And as you can see, with the improvement mod, there's some extra bits added to it. Now you've got this flashy thing in the window here. That's actually the checklist, which we'll go through in a moment. You've got various tie downs, you've got all the fairing coverings, you've got chocks, you've got wheel coverings here, which are really cool. It just really improves the aircraft, and of course the flight dynamics as well have completely changed too. I also believe some of the sound as well. So if we just look down here, we've got a little flip book that we can use. Just get this out. So we'll just go to the first page, which is here. So we can remove the covers. They've now gone. The fairings, we want the fairings on the front and back. Yeah, we want those. Tie downs, we'll get rid of the tie downs and we'll get rid of the chocks. Cool. And we'll just put that away. And then what we'll do is we'll go through our checklist. We've got a pilot's checklist here, which is cool. Before starting the engine, pre-flight inspection complete, passenger briefing's been complete. Adjust and unlock the seat belts, doors closed and locked. Let's just have a look at the doors. So yeah, unlike the Cessna in the sim, these doors can open, which is nice. Just gives that extra bit of, realism to it, I suppose, which is what we want. That's why we play a simulation after all. Try and make it as real as possible. There we go. So that's closed. And then we'll just go through, test and set the brakes. So brakes are off, back on my feet, off my feet. Rudder pedals are all working. Yep, nice. Circuit breakers are all in. Circuit breakers are just down here behind the yoke. Yep, they're all in. Looking good. Electron equipment and autopilot's all turned off. Yep, avionics power switch is off. Fuel selector is on both, and fuel selector is down here. And I believe the center is for both. Yes, it is. Good stuff. Oh, just the trim wheel there by mistake. And the fuel cut-off valve is open, and fuel selectors, but yeah, so that's all good. Okay, cool. Let's just get rid of this for the moment. Oh, why is that like out here like a maniac? There we go. Right, what we're going to do, we're going to go through the in-sim checklist because I really, really appreciate the when it takes you to each individual one. So pre-flight, yep, that's all done, that's all done, that's all done. Starting the engine. Okay, so we need to open the throttle to 1/4 of an inch. Hello, throttle. There we are. There he is. So 1/4 of an inch, about there. There we go. Nice. Our mixture needs to be set to idle cutoff. There we are. Idle cutoff. It certainly is. Standby battery. Need to test that for 20 seconds. Done. Cool. Standby battery switch arm verify that PDF comes on. So we just so yep, PFDs come on. I called it a PDF like a Wally. Cool. Does come on, which is great. Engine indicating system, check the parameters. So oil pressure is yet to sort itself out. Let's just change the CDI to GPS. Cool. There we go. We'll just tick that off. Bus volts at 24. Yes, they are. Bus system. Yep, that's good. Battery S amps -5. Yep, they're being discharged. And the standby battery and low vacuum checks are on. Propeller area is clear. Let's hope it is. Let's just have a quick look. I've got these guys here. They're all crew, so they're all good. Yep. Clear. Master switch is on. Master and battery alternator. They are both on. The beacon light is going to be on. There we go. Mixture set to rich. So that is full mixture. There we go. Auxiliary fuel pump. Need to turn that on. There we go. Mixture lean. Did that. Yep. Feet to brake. Yep. And then ignition to start. Okay, so let's just come up to the main screen. We'll just turn on ignition, turn on magnetos. Switch it back to both. Looking good. Mixture rich when engine starts. There we go. Set that. Yep. Pop that in. Cool. After starting the engine, throttle adjust to 1000 RPM. So where are we? We're here. Come on, throttle. There we go. Bit too much throttle there. A little bit overzealous on the old Folleroonies. Dialing back, dialing back, dialing back. Ooh! 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 Okay, so our throttle's kind of like, yeah! I want to do all sorts of cool shit. Okay, so that's good. Oil pressure, where are we looking? Yep, just on the edge of green. Looks nice. Okay, let's verify that's on charge. Yep, most certainly is. Low volt indicator, where's that? Can't see it. Avionics bus 1 and 2. Pow pow. Both on. There they are. Cool. Flaps set to up. Sure are. Sweet. Then taxi. Okay, so with regards to this, we are we're not using beyond ATC because the flight plan I've got to punch into this is VFR. So because it's a VFR flight, I don't want to use beyond ATC because it just, quite frankly, at the moment doesn't work. So what's the point in that? Instead, what we're going to do is I've injected some traffic into the sim, so hopefully we should see some traffic. Although there doesn't seem to be any in IBIZA at the moment for some bizarre reason. Let's just have a look. So we've got the traffic. These guys. Oh yeah, look. None. Let's go to 90. There. Yeah. Come on, traffic. Yep, there. There. Bit of that. Bit of that. Stuck removal time. No, 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 no. Oh, there we go. Right. Close it. Close that. Has that made any changes? Is there any traffic now? Doesn't look like it. That's okay. We don't want it to be too busy, do we? No, we do not. Okay, so let's get our map sorted. So, what are we doing? We are... Menu. Flight plan. Flight plan. Where is it again? Is it program? No. Menu. Clear that. Menu. How the bloody hell do you import it again? Menu. 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 Clear. Clear. Enter. No. Origin. What's this? Oh. Hold on. What we got here? Active flight plan. No. Where is it? Menu. Menu. No. Flight plan. No. Program. Where is it? Okay, so it looks like it's so annoying because I could have sworn there was a way to get it clear, direct to IBIZA to IBIZA, which is what we're doing. Activate. But I want to load it from the Dubry. That's basically what we're doing. It's funny. Clear. Remove. Yes. Right. Now, where the hell is it? Collapse airway. Delete flight plan. Invert flight plan. Press FMS CRS knob to return to base page. Okay, great. We can see the charts. That's cool. Go back. Flight plan. Flight plan. Program. No. Menu. No. Direct to. No. It's so annoying. It's really annoying because I know that I've figured it out before and I can't remember how they don't make it very easy for you to figure it out, which is a real shame because you'd have hoped that they would. That's just all transponder stuff. Active flight plan. Flight plan. Flight plan. Menu. And where am I looking? I'm looking to load my flight plan into the sim. Menu. Okay, what's this? Map settings. That's fine. That's totally fine. Clear. Flight plan. Cancel VNL direct to. No. Charts. Map out. Engine. Oh, it's so frustrating that you can't just do it directly in here. Charts. Press the FPL key to view the previous page. Yep. Okay, what's that? Flight plan config. Navigraph settings. Here we go. Okay, so load procedures on import. Yeah, that's good. That's cool. Where'd that go? Ah. Oh, I wish it was so much more easier just to do this. Where the hell is it? Flight plan. By pressing the FMS button. We highlight the first flight plan and search for one chosen with a large crown. Flight plan. Press the MFS button. Okay, you know what? I cannot figure this out, so I'm going to do what most people do in this situation and quit while I'm ahead. What I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom in. Oh, what's that done? Uh-oh, is that just... Don't tell me that's just done it. VFR charts, navigation map, airport information, flight plan catalogue. There it is. Activate. Okay. Oh my god. The beauty of being able to edit these videos is that you didn't have to see how friggin' long it took me to figure out how on earth you got this information in here. I was probably there for about half an hour. Right, let's just get rid of this. Cool, let's zoom in. Okay, so we're going to be coming out of here and we'll be flying that way. Map orientation, should I bother with it or... that's terrain, isn't it? Yep. Do we have the orientation of the map? Nah, we don't need to worry about that. Let's just get crackarooning, shall we? Right, so before we take off, let's just adjust our altitude. So we want to be about, let's say, 2,000 feet. Before we do that, let's just do our altimeter, whatever it is. So altitude-wise, let's go to, I would say, 2,000 feet. Vertical airspeed, we'll want about, well, I don't think it has vertical airspeed, does it? Or does it? Nav. Vertical airspeed. Does have it. There it is. We'll go, yeah, because Cessnas aren't that powerful, so we'll do it at 500. And that, I think, is us. Ready to Vamushka. Right, so the runway is over there. So we'll just come out of here and we'll just crack on. Right, head tracking's on. Yep. Propellers are up to full blast, even though you don't have that functionality on here. Let me just get the mic a bit closer to me here. There we go. Cool. Okay, so let's just give ourselves a bit of throttle so we can get ourselves moving. Well, probably 1 degree of flaps here. Sorry guys, just chopping your heads off with the wings, because you know, whatevs. Sit back a second. So we'll just pull ourselves into this nearby little bit here. There we go. We're not too far down the runway, I don't think. No, we're not. It's Charlie. Or Delta, actually. Is it Delta or is it Charlie? Charlie. Yeah, Charlie. Cool, our aircraft is all prepped and ready to go rock and roll, so we're good. We need to get the fuel pump off though before we get cracking, because we don't want to flood our engine. Okay, so let's just take a left here. Bring her to a nice stop. Bonk. Parking brake on. Cool. Right, fuel pump. Where the hell's that? That was down here somewhere. Fuel pump. There we go. Speakers on. Landing lights on. Nav light on. We've got to put our taxi light on. Whoopsie daisies. Let's just back these guys up. I know it's, broad daylight in. We armed that. I'll turn that off actually. Standby battery. It won't let me. Okay. It's obviously assigned to one of my controls of my thing. Everything looking good. Quick final check. Oil pressure, oil temperature. Yeah, we're all looking good. Cool. Flaps are. That's obviously landing flaps. Let's go up to takeoff flaps. There we go. Looking good. Okay, cool. Let's crack on. Here we go, baby. Oh, need to stay on that center line, Rob. Looking for a rotation speed of around 80 knots. We'll just find that the plane will just want to take off like that. Look. Oh, that is nice. What a lovely, lovely takeoff that was. Let's get our flaps all the way up. Our landing gear is always down, so we don't need to worry about that. Cool. We're rocking and rolling. Let's check out IBIZA, man. Okay, so we can adjust our seat just so we're a bit higher up like this, just so you can just sort of see stuff, which is cool. We've got a nice rated climb going on here. We do need to kind of bank that down a little bit. Let's trim off a sec. It's because we need to get out of that 80 knot zone that we're in. You just bring that screen there. Yeah, there you go. Our bank angle was a bit too high there. Our angle of attack was creating way too much drag against the thrust, and we were slowing right down. So, which was dangerous because you'll start into stalls if we do that. So we need to be careful. Okay, there we go. We're on the magenta line now by the looks of things. Let's just pop our autopilot on. There we go. Now I know this is the default aeroplane, but it is great. You can get the landing lights off. There we go. The beacon on, the strobe. Okay, so you may have noticed that the sun has suddenly changed completely its position in the sky. That's because I was just doing some photographs, and I realized that if I put the sun at what looks like around sort of 7 a.m, we get a much nicer painted sort of world around us. Let's just have a look outside a second. I mean, look at this. Look. You can't really argue with that now, can you? And I really love the improvement mod to the Cessna. Look at it. It's so detailed. Look at all the rivets and stuff. You've got like that brown mark in there. Oh, it's so bloody good. Now, to be fair, it's a nice livery. I mean, I know this is like the default Microsoft Flight Simulator livery for the Cessna C172, but it's great. I don't think you can beat it, to be honest. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, pretty awesome. Okay, so how are we looking? So we're flying at what, 104 knots and climbing speed-wise. Good. We're at 2,000 feet. Might be a little bit too high, actually. Definitely too high in the seat. Let me just move myself down a bit. Move myself over slightly. Am I quite close to this door? I do feel like I'm really close to that door, but then I guess you would be, wouldn't you? In the old Cessnas. Yeah. Am I too close to the avionics? I can't tell. Where's my headrest? Yeah, well, that's about right. That looks about right, I think. Let me just zoom out like that on the mouse a bit, and that might be a bit better. There we go. Let's put the controls in front of us. There, so yeah, welcome back to So Sick Airways, guys. Yep, I love a bit of VFR flying. Ibiza is one of those places that I only visited once. I only went there once. I went there in 2001, I think it was. About 2001. And yeah, we had a decent party. It's an incredible, incredible party island. I would say it's Europe's answer to Las Vegas, although of course it doesn't have, you know, the casinos and whatnot, but it does have a lot of decent nightclubs. Although, was that birds? Oh, it's just something on the windscreen. Although what it does have is when you go to the these clubs, they charge something like €10 for a bottle of water. Probably even more now. It's probably like way more than €10, which is criminal. And they only really do that because, you know, they know that most people that are in the clubs are on drugs. They're all taking ecstasy and stuff, so they're just getting the water in so it can, you know, because they realise that people are paying like what, 50 quid to get into a nightclub, and then they're just buying bottles of water. It's like, well, we're just going to keep charging the bottles of water at stupid prices, because of course there's that high demand, isn't there? But hey, you know, that's just the way it goes with these sorts of things. It's like anywhere, you know, you go into any massive nightclub, they're always going to overcharge you, aren't they? But yeah, I think although Ibiza has a really bad reputation, it is actually an incredibly beautiful island, which is why I wanted to fly here. Just to show you guys really just how lovely it is. Sure, it's got a lot of bad elements, a lot of bad places to it, which we're going to fly over today. Like San Antonio, for example, is renowned for being like, you know, very similar to Magaluf. It's just party, everyone getting drunk, shots, you know, doing peach schnapps, shots and stuff, which I know is really popular in like the mid-90s. Probably not so much now, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I've never been back to Ibiza. I'd love to go back, purely just to see what it's like now, because I'm sure that whole rave scene is sort of dwindled off a little bit. But then I'm saying this, and I'm a 42-year-old man, so maybe it's because my age is showing. Maybe, God, my age is showing. Jesus, it is weird when you get to 40, you suddenly realise, oh God, yeah, I'm not in my 30s anymore. I'm definitely not in my 20s anymore. I'm now in my freaking 40s. Christ. What the hell happened? It's okay though. It's okay. The key is to understand that as you get older, you need to find more and more things that you enjoy. And if as long as you stick to those things and you know, you maintain a healthy-ish lifestyle that's not so healthy that it's like, you know, making you sick to the teeth and bored to death, that all you're spending your time doing is just in the gym or whatever. As long as you're not doing that. I mean, obviously, you know, if it's your bag, of course, go to the gym as often as you want to go to the gym. But if you're like the sort of person that is, do you know what, I just like to chill out. I just like to chill out. I like to watch television. I like to play computer games. I like to, you know, do my own thing, whatever that might be. Then, hey, you're 40, right? You've got what? Maybe another 40 years left on this planet if you're lucky. Maybe 30 of those in a good body that isn't going to, like, you know, just suddenly decide it wants to do something completely different to what you wanted to decide you wanted to do. You know, it's like so many guys I know that, you know, who are older than me that are in their 50s or 60s even. You know, they can't play golf. Yeah, they'd love to play golf, but they can't because they've got arthritis in their wrists or their hands or their fingers or whatever. So I say when you get to 40, realise, don't be naive, realise that time is ticking away. And that's not a negative thing. You need to use it as a positive thing, a positive reason for you to make a decision to start doing the things that you love. Nice little island down here, look. Let's just check that out. Cool. It's got a little house on there. I wonder who lives there. Who knows? Maybe Pete Tong or someone. Quite funny. Yeah, so do the things that you enjoy and do the things that you love. I have just started my own private pilot's license. I'm going to do... I always said that I wanted to do it. It's something I wanted to do for absolutely donkeys. Hence why I played Microsoft Flight Simulator, because, you know, I want to be the real deal. I want to be a pilot. And I want to be flying planes. Not for commercial reasons, purely as a hobby. I definitely don't have money to burn, which is why I'm doing a national private pilot's license, because it's a lot cheaper than doing the PPL. And also as well, you don't have to do as many hours a year in order to maintain your license. I think it's something like 6 hours a year. This is obviously all UK based stuff, so United Kingdom. So if you're in the US, I believe you call the micro, basically it's the national PPL, we call it the national PPL. In America, it's the ultralight class, so you basically be flying you and a passenger and some baggage, and that's it. And in the UK, we call it microlights. They're free-access aircraft. The flight design CTSL, which is in the sim, is what we would consider a microlight in the UK. So you can fly one of those on this license. It takes 25 hours to get your license. 15 of those hours are dual control, and then 10 out of those hours you have to do as solo. So real full-on squeaky bum time stuff. One of the flights has to be a cross-country flight. Oh god, terrifying. So yeah, it's interesting, really interesting, because I really want to learn. I mean, to do the microlight license, I can't really afford to do it. I mean, I can afford to do it if it's on my terms and I'm spreading it out. You know, if the school are like, hey, you need to do, you know, 1 million lessons all in 1 week or whatever, or like 5 lessons a week, I'd be like, whoa, 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 whoa. 2 lessons in a month is even at the moment a bit of a stretch. But I'm going to try and do it. I'm going to try and do it. I'm going to try and maintain it, try and get it. It's like one of those things, you know, because I was into karate for a long, long time. I loved karate. As a kid, we were never, me and my twin brother were never allowed to do martial arts. But obviously that was when Karate Kid came out, and it was massive, and everyone was doing it, and it was just like so cool. And I was like, oh man, I want to do karate. And Mum was like, no, you're not doing karate, it's too violent. You'll use it on each other, on you and your brother, you'll fight with each other. And yeah, she's right, we would have done. That's true, we would have done. But had we started then, we'd be black belts by now. Long, you know, we've been black belts ages ago. But nope, for some annoying reason, we weren't allowed to do it. And now as an adult, I kind of wish that I did. And it was annoying because my brother and I moved to Richmond in London when we both split up with our girlfriends at the time. At the same time, we were like, oh hey, we were both living in London, why don't we just move in together? Just got a flat in Richmond, and we started karate classes at this adult karate class school. And it was good up until a point where kids started coming in the class, and they would be like playing the run around tag games and stuff like that, rather than actually, like, you know, learning how to do karate. So we totally fell out of love with it and stopped doing it. And I've had a bee in my bonnet about that ever since. That's like my bee in the bonnet is like to get a black belt. Now my bee in the bonnet is to get a pilot's license so I can fly planes. Take my partner Charlotte to cool places and take her for nice lunches and stuff. Granted, I need to earn more money, which hopefully will happen in due course. We could build a bit of extra throttle here, look. Hopefully that will happen in due course, and hopefully we'll be wealthy enough to just do whatever the hell we both want to do. You know, she can do whatever she wants to do, and I can do whatever I want to do. That's our own things. And also we'll do things together as well. That's the dream. That's the goal. But yeah, my second lesson's at the end of this month on the 30th of May. I'm looking forward to it. I'll update you guys, of course, as I'm flying around, see where we're at. On my first lesson that I did, it was an experienced flight. Well, classed as an experienced flight, but it ended up actually being like a full-on, really cool, detailed flight where went over all the controls. I got to control the aircraft. It was awesome. Some nice rolling hills here. Look. Yeah, I must admit, I do like Ibiza. Okay, so we've got estimated time to arrive at the waypoints, but let's see if we can get that up to being on the actual Dubry. Destination distance, no. Okay, so we're coming up to about halfway around the island now, which is cool. It's only a small island, Ibiza, you know, it's not particularly big. Yeah, the more I look at this landscape, the more I'm just thinking to myself, what on earth have they got in store for us for 2024? You know, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. It's going to be something else, isn't it? Now, I know there's a lot of pessimists amongst you out there. A lot of guys who are like, oh, you know, it ain't going to be that good, and da-da-da-da-da. But, you know, I mean, look at the distance. I mean, I suppose in a way, when you think about it, the distance between FSX and Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 was huge, right? There's many years between them. Something like 15 years, I think, something like that. 10 years maybe. And I distinctly remember being like, when is there a new flight simulator coming out? Because these are by far my favorite games to play. Always have been. I've always loved playing them, even when they were like really crap and on like Windows 95. I still loved it because they were detailed. Even back then, they were pretty detailed, you know. And that's the goal, right? That's the thing. Like Microsoft, the company, the flight simulator, it's their thing. You know what I mean? It's their absolute baby. It's something that they brought out when they brought out their first bits of software when Windows first came out. Yeah, when Windows first came out, so did Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's just they've just been hand in hand, so they've got to look after it, and I think that they've done a great job so far. Although the one thing that does annoy me is that every time there's an update, something seems to break. So I guess in a way, the delay with the Sim Update 15 is supposed to have come out in April. It's supposed to come out in March, actually, and then it was like postponed to April. Now it's May. It's been postponed again. So God knows when that's coming out. But I imagine what's happening is that they've been trying it and they're going, no, it's not quite worked out yet. We need to keep pushing it. We need to keep improving it. Make sure it works correctly, and That's fair enough. It's almost like as if they've got an updater, they got an update and they've been updating the update. Does that make sense? It's pretty bonkers, really, when you think about it. Funny though. I keep thinking whenever I look at the IBIZA landscape, I always imagine that there's like vineyards down there or something. I mean, it looks like there could be. Let's just get this. Yeah, vineyards or. There's obviously some kind of agriculture going on down there. I don't know what though. Olives maybe, although that's mostly Greece, isn't it? Olives. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I think that's Greece. The whole olive thing. Well, and Italy as well, to be fair. Greece and Italy. Do you get olives in Spain? I'm sure you probably do, don't you? You must do. Showing my ignorance there, aren't I? Yep. This is San Antonio here, I believe. Below us, this is the party place. Yeah, all down there. So if you came on holiday, that's where you'd stay. You'd stay around here somewhere. If you were coming on holiday to San Antonio, of course. That's where you'd stay. Yeah, I'd love to know what you guys think about the upcoming Microsoft Flight Simulator, how it's going to compare to, you know, this one at the moment, what they're gonna do in terms of making it awesome. What's this ahead of us here? Look. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, when I did the flight plan, I wanted to go check out the islands that were around here. Maybe we're a bit too high up. Let's go. Let's just shed off some of this altitude, shall we? So let's go down to 1,000 feet. There we go. And then here. Down, let's go for about, yeah, I'd say about there. There we are. Let's get this throttle off so we don't. Yeah, in the lesson that I had in the microlight, the guy was like, the instructor was like, so how do you think you decrease altitude? And I was like, with less power. And he's like, oh, you're the first guy that's said that to me in a long time. And I was like, yeah, well, I'd say that. You know, you can obviously point the nose down and you'll lose altitude, but the best way to do it is to decrease the amount of thrust that's being, you know, acting against the drag. Yeah, I think I was surprised that I knew the answer to that question. Well, we're going a bit too slow here, so we leveled off. Seem to have got to 1,000 feet rather fast. Yeah, let's go full throttle here. Look. There we go. We're turning again here. That's cool. We're revving the tits off this engine though. We need to dial that back a little bit. Let's just go there. There we go. And yeah, in the lesson it was really interesting. Like I was amazed actually. In fact, I'll tell you something. I was so amazed by the amount of houses, like big stately homes, that are like around near my house that I've got no idea are there. Like they are literally everywhere. I must have saw about like, I don't know, maybe like 15 of these incredible, and I mean incredible looking houses. Like they look like wedding cakes. These houses, you know what I'm talking about? Like all the detail on the outside, great big sort of grass mazes out the back, and tennis courts and swimming pools and all sorts of stuff. And I was like, holy shit, where the hell are all these places? But they're all down private little roads that look like they go nowhere. So whenever you see those private roads and you're like, oh god, look at a horrible dirt track, you probably don't even register it. You don't even look at it. You know, you don't even think about it. But yeah, they all go to these great big incredible homes, and they're everywhere. Really quite something. Okay, this is nice. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Now we got a bit of a better view of the land. It's nice to get a bit low sometimes, isn't it? Just so you can get a good indication of the contours of the land and stuff, and get an idea of like, you know, the area that you're in. Now you can imagine, can't you? Those beaches down there are probably really fucking cool. You got loads of like nice little hotels and villas and things. If any of you guys know of any islands that have been done in the sim that are like amazing, that you can get off like flight.to or you can buy even 500. Shouldn't be 500. Yeah, totally let me know what they are, and I'll go check them out. So at the moment I'm just sort of doing the casual, normal, you know, stuff that's in the sim. Well, I'm well up for doing the other stuff. I'm well up for doing stuff that the creators have created and showcasing their designs and things, and really giving them a bit of a spotlight. Granted, my channel isn't massive, but you know, it's getting there, I think, slowly but surely. I've been going for about a month, and we've got, what, 62 subscribers? Which is cool. Hopefully we'll get some more over time. Oh, this is nice. I'm doing like a thing. Oh my god, what's going on over there, look? Oh, I remember seeing this island on my plan. I wonder what it's called. Looks cool though. Give it that. Does look cool. What's our bank angle doing? Oh, we're alright. How high is that cliff? And where are we headed? We're headed just around the edge, aren't we? I think we'll be alright. There we go, lovely. Just edging around there. Okay, and then we're going up towards this bit over here. Looks good, and then we're taking a right, so I think we'll be okay. Can't really imagine. Yeah, there we go, look. Cool, and then the airport's just over there. Wow. Not a bad little flight, really, is it? Quite nice. We could have almost certainly gone over the island, but I prefer to fly coastal, really. I think it just makes it a bit more majestic, and it's just so much more, you know, what you would probably want to do if you were in a Cessna. Okie dokie, so let's just zoom in on the map there a second. Ah. Let me just move my head in. I think that'll do. There we go. That's good enough. And then yeah, so we're going around like that. That basically suggests that the airport is around here somewhere, which is cool. The thing about these Cessnas, they're incredibly easy to slow down. You don't even need flaps really. As you can see, the air turbulence hasn't been like, we haven't been shaking around like a crazy bastard because it's early in the morning, so there's been no time for the earth to heat up, to send up its thermos, so we're alright. And we're bending around this bit here, and it looks to me like this here is the airport just there. So what we'll do is we will just let the plane fly straight onto the trajectory, because we have lined it up. And then once we're straight, I'll just take over and I'll bring the bird down. And hopefully we'll have a nice smooth landing. There we go. Cool. Right. Autopilot is off. Here we go. Thing is, we've got a lot of runway to play with here, so we should be okay. Okay, we'll just pop our flaps down just to slow us down a little bit more. Okay, here we go. So we're probably going to float for a little bit, I imagine. That's alright. There we go, look, floating like a bugger. But we'll come down. We've got plenty of runway. There we go, lovely. Wouldn't normally turn at these speeds, but it's okay. I don't think anyone's going to beat us up. Place is empty, look. It's dead. My beef is dead. Why is no one coming? Is it like Walking Dead or something? Okay, there's a parking space over there, look, with the fuel. So we'll just bring us to a stop just in front of that. Good chunk. There we go. Lovely. Oh, it's come up with our weight and balance for some reason. Let's turn that off. Sweet. So, fantastic. Let's just turn the engine off. Let's turn off the batteries, turn on the avionics, turn off our lights. There we go. Lovely. That was a nice little flight around the island, wasn't it, guys? I enjoyed it. Hope you guys did too. Sorry about the deep, meaningful conversation about turning 40 and stuff, but hey ho. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Anyway, take care, and we'll see you in the next one. All the best, guys. Ta-ta for now.